The rumors were true. Sony has dropped the bomb announcing that they too are bringing back classic gaming with their own style in the form of the PlayStation Classic. Hello gamers, this is Eddie from the Gamers Next Door, and in this video we are going to briefly analyze the system and talk about the potential list of games that we want on the PlayStation Classic. Let's get to it. Following the huge success of the NES and SNES Classic Mini by Nintendo, Sony has just announced their own version, the PlayStation Classic. The PlayStation Classic is a similar replica of the original PlayStation. The system will be 45% smaller with an HDMI output, 2 replica controllers without the analog sticks, a power button, a reset button to suspend games, and the open button that will change virtual discs. 20 games are preloaded on the system and 5 of the games have been officially revealed. The first detail I would like to point out is the fact that the replica controllers, like I said before, will not have analog sticks. I think that was a big decision when Sony was designing the PlayStation Classic, because this choice will affect the games that are going to be on the system. Whatever their reason is, I don't think it's going to affect the game selection. The system had plenty of amazing games that didn't require the analog stick. The other feature that I want to point out is the open button. The trailer states that you will be able to change virtual discs. Obviously, you cannot insert any game disc into the system, so I think it will be used to go back to the menu and change the game like the reset button on the NES Mini and the SNES Classic systems. I am very curious on exactly how it will work though. Now let's talk about the games. The system will have 20 preloaded games, but only 5 were officially shown, including Final Fantasy VII, Tekken 3, Ridge Racer Type 4, Jumping Flash, and Wild Arms. It's a good selection to start, but what about the other 15 games? Well, we at the Gamers Next Door have our own list of games that we think deserve to have a spot on this iconic system. With a killer soundtrack, great controls, one of the best skateboard games of all time, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, one of the best car combat games of all time. It was a blast to play, solo or split screen, Twisted Metal. This game started a franchise and revolutionized the PlayStation with new gameplay mechanics and great graphics, Tomb Raider. With over 600 cars, the best racing game simulator of all time, the one who started it all, Gran Turismo 2. Run, fly, and burn through this game's beautiful world, everyone's favorite dragon, Spyro the Dragon. PlayStation has great fighting games, but one series in particular stands out, and this version is one of the most complete of the bunch, Street Fighter Alpha 3. Survival horror games are synonymous with Resident Evil, but this other game's atmosphere will give you chills through your spine, Silent Hill. PlayStation is the house of the best RPGs, and there's so many good ones that we can literally fill all 15 games with just RPGs. This one is an easy pick, Xenogears. There are so many good Castlevania games, but this one has the best soundtrack and smooth gameplay of all, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The best known survival horror series, the one that introduced horror on the PlayStation, Resident Evil. This one was a difficult choice because there's just so many good tactical RPGs on the PlayStation. Final Fantasy Tactics. Hey Plumber Boy, Mustache Man, your worst nightmare has arrived. Sony's mascot has to be on this list, Crash Bandicoot. For a lot of gamers around the world, this one is the best in the series. It's so good, a remake is coming out next year, Resident Evil 2. This game is the spiritual sequel to Chrono Trigger, one of the best RPGs on the PlayStation 1, Chrono Cross. And finally, a no-brainer, my favorite game of all time, Metal Gear Solid. This is our wish list of games that we want to see on the PlayStation Classic. We hope you enjoyed this video. Now let's start dreaming on the N64 Classic list. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we would love to see your version of this list. Write it down in the comment section below and let's see how it compares to the official list when it's released. Make sure to like and subscribe at the Gamers Next Door on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. This is Eddie signing out, and as always, happy gaming.